Bluff City Media presents the Two Buck Sports Show with your hosts, Rusty Buckets and Uncle Buck. Now, let's get to the show.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to your Wednesday edition of the Two Buck Sports Show. I am your co-host, Rusty Buckets. We got Jared in the comments already. Yes, sir. We are one day closer to Friday and the end of the week. But here on the mic, on camera, I got my guy, Drew Gann, a.k.a. Uncle Buck, checking in from North Mississippi. Drew, how are you, buddy?
What is up, everybody? It's a scorcher outside here in North Mississippi. I think the heat index yesterday was 115 degrees. Had some guys working, contracting in, working for me in my substations yesterday. Said, it's different down here. They're from Oklahoma. I said, I know it gets hot in Oklahoma, but you're right. Yeah. It is different here. 95 that feels like 115, and you can't even breathe.
Friend of the podcast, Boston resident Bailey, played some golf, came down to Myrtle Beach with my buddy Jake, and we all met a couple of years ago. Posted on Instagram yesterday a little meme about like East Coast heat is different. Yeah, your air is something about your air being thick. And I was like, come to Memphis. You don't have a clue what humidity is until you get down here to Memphis, North Mississippi, like this little pocket around the Mississippi River, and just how truly swampy it can be.
Yeah. I mean, the only people that I'll listen to like complain and give them leeway is like the people in the actual swamps of like Louisiana, because they've also got they've got mosquitoes the size of doves down there. And so, I'll listen to them complain, but nobody north of us. No.
That's it. My buddy Jake came down to deer hunt with me a number of years ago, and he's from Maine. I met him when I lived in Maine for those 14 months. And he came down to Mississippi to hunt, and like we've been in the stand maybe 30 minutes one morning, and it was like 28, 27 degrees down in Shibuya. And he texted me. He said, "You seen anything yet?" And I said, "No." He said, "Dude, can we go back in? I'm about to freeze to death." I was like, "What are you talking about?" So we met up like an hour or so later, and he was like, "It's different. It's so different down here. Because in Boston and in Maine, there's no humidity in the wintertime. So you can layer up and be fine. But down here, for those of you listening on the East Coast or elsewhere, it's a wet cold. And it don't matter how many layers you put on. There's going to come a point where that humidity seeps through those clothes, and it's time to take it to the house. Because once your bones get cold, as my great-grandmother used to say, it's over. And so it's time to go in.
Yep. So it is Wednesday. This is the Two Buck Sports Show. Oh, Bluff City Media. Let me real quick before we get into our first segment, invite everybody on the Bluff City Media X page right now to come on over to YouTube. Jared and Edward are already in the comments. I'm sure Wayno will be in here in a minute. And all the cool kids are over here in the YouTube comments. Go to youtube.com/Bluff City Media and hop in the comments. And if you're already in the comments, close out the comments, hit the thumbs up button. It'll help us out a little bit. And just get in here and interact with us. We like reading comments. We like interacting with the folks here. And the best way you can do that is in the YouTube comments. But it's Wednesday. It's time for our Wednesday segment of the Two Buck Sports Show. All right, it's Wednesday. That means it is real or counterfeit time. That's where typically Rusty lobs me up with a take. Says real or counterfeit. It's just that simple. I don't need to explain it any further. But we're going to switch hats here, and I'm going to lob up Rusty some stuff. This is all Major League Baseball All-Star Game related. Listen, I think we both just need to take a minute to address all the negative comments that we got in the TikTok.
In the TikToks.
Apparently, we have a TikTok. We found out that our clips have been posted on TikTok. And Major League Baseball fans hated what we said. And so I would like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Nobody.
I don't care what you think. Oh, I'm right, you're wrong.
You can come at me with all these percentages.
They cited increased growth in Japan as if Shohei Ohtani is not the best player in Major League Baseball. Like, okay. You know what?
It doesn't matter. Get on YouTube, get on X, get on Instagram, get on Facebook, and tell me how many sports fans whose algorithm leans that way like ours, Major League Baseball highlights do you see? I don't see any. And mine is chock full of baseball because of my college baseball content consumption. I get a lot of high school. I get a lot of college. I get maybe some old baseball stuff. but I don't see anything in these new guys, like nothing. And so until it is pushed, like you can get on anywhere and see NBA highlights, but Rob Manfred, the worst commissioner in all of baseball, and all you stat nerds can come at me, that's fine, continues to compress the game and the production of the game to where you don't see it. And so y'all can be nerdy about it. You can get all upset. You ain't getting your money back. That's for sure, Jared.
All right. So this real or counterfeit segment is Major League Baseball All-Star Week, All-Star midweek section, not All-Star weekend, because they can't even fit this into a time slot on a Saturday for some reason. We're doing Home Run Derby on Monday and All-Star game on Tuesday. That's the kind of viewership they can draw.
Real quick, it used to be the MLB All-Star game, the day before and the day after used to be the only day in the calendar year that you didn't have some professional sports going on. But now you've got NBA Summer League at the same time. But used to there was nothing on the bumper days on either side. But now we get Summer League.
All right. So anybody who grew up watching baseball, y'all going to get a kick out of this. Because my first question for you, real or counterfeit? Chris Berman is deceased. Real or counterfeit?
So it's counterfeit.
Is he?
Is he? No, it's counterfeit. He's still alive.
Why is he not doing the home run derby?
Thank you. I was trying to connect the dot there for a second, but absolutely, when we were kids, back, go. Like my brother sent me the meme that it was like nowadays, like, oh, Cal Raleigh hits a home run with a 47-degree launch angle and 117 mile. Miss me with that. Give me back, go. Oh my gosh.
So, listen, there's baseball. And this is not just exclusively a baseball problem, but I feel like baseball probably goes further into it in the mainstream. Every sport has their nerds and their analytics. You look back at like the Mike Leach kind of, lots of short passes, efficiency, and basketball 3 points are worth more than 2. And in baseball, it's the launch angle and the exit velocity. They've went so much deeper into it in baseball that they think that that's what everybody wants to hear on a main broadcast. Have your StatCast broadcast if you want to do that. But we've already talked. Major League Baseball is doing their All-Star game on a Tuesday night. So they probably don't have enough cachet to get a second network, second screen on it. But just give me Chris Berman going back. And you've got the launch angle. You've got the exit velocity. How in the world is the broadcaster mistaking lazy pop flies to center field as possible home runs? They're like, it's headed back to the track. And I'm like, that center fielder would be running in for this ball right now. Like,
also, part of the problem is the broadcast angle. I don't give a rip about the pitcher's arm slot and how they're throwing it because they've got the dual cameras, right? On the pitcher and on the batter. Focus on the batter. I want to see those like grandma swings that just come from way back here. They're swinging from their toenails, trying to just launch baseballs. Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see the home run, the gorilla hacks, as Coach Steve Lyles of Kasuth Baseball used to call them. Get up there and swing from your toenails. Like, that's what I don't care about. The pitcher's arm slot and what he's throwing. Give me swings.
All right. I guess let's camp out here for a second because now we're complaining about the broadcast. I hated the split screen. Especially before the sun went down. You couldn't see anything because you're only having half your screen. But the root cause to why you're having to do this stupid split screen is because you've put them on a timer. And they have to swing before the ball's landed. Give the guys 10 outs like we did it when our grandpas were playing. Give them 10 outs. Let them take their time. Let the players come over and gas up the player, the hitter. Give them the water rub. You
the Gatorade.
Those iconic stuff when we were kids. And the interaction. But now it's like, you've got 3 minutes or 40 pitches. And then it's like, then you get to hit this bonus round where you've got 3 outs. Unless you hit a ball 425 feet, then you get a 4th out. Like 10 outs. 10 outs. And let us enjoy the flight of the baseball as it's leaving the ballpark. And not we got to cut back really quick to see the pitch while the other ball's flying out. 450
So
feet.
I agree with part of that. And Jared, no offense at Jared, he's throwing shade at me about Mike Leach, but he felt some type of way about our broadcast comment. We get it, man. It's hard to see from the booth. But I'll say this. I agree. 10 outs is where it should be. But I love the idea for that 10th out that if you hit a ball 425 feet, you get an extra couple of outs.
Sure,
like, I'm good with that
sure,
part. Like, gives me more swings. But I agree because
I liked the bonus round because it did. I liked the bonus round because it was out and it lengthened out a little bit.
So that's
you
what I'm
got to
saying.
enjoy the flight of the ball.
But I do miss the days of the Tito Martinez or the King Griffey Juniors being up there and then putting the towels over them and giving us some Gatorade and like shaking out their shoulders, like I love that. That's awesome because then you can reload, retool, and get ready to go back up there and hit bombs. But now it's just like hack.
Because it oftentimes it like separated in groups of like where you're from on the map. It's like when David Ortiz would be in it, all the Dominican guys would come up and gas him up. And then like all the Puerto Ricans would get around the Puerto Rican guy or your teammates would come in. It's like, it's cool. And I hate the rush of it. It feels like it lasts longer. I mean, I remember when Josh Hamilton hit 25 home runs on 10 outs or something, and you thought it was crazy. And now, like 2 years ago, you don't remember this, I'm sure, but like Julio Rodriguez hit like 42 in a round, and then they just scrapped that format altogether and only gave you 40 pitches. So how in the world are you going to hit 42 home runs on 40 pitches?
So Jared's got a great point here. Like they're trying to speed everything up. Like that's fine. If you want to speed up the gameplay with the pitch clock and that kind of stuff, that is proven to maybe a good thing. But don't speed up the best thing about your sport, and that's just bombs. Chicks dig the long ball, right? I had a shirt that said that when I was like 10. Like, they don't care about one out, or one hit, 1-0 wins. Bombs, home runs. Don't speed up the one time we get to see grown men swing from their toenails trying to hit home runs. The best hitters in the game are up there hitting bombs. Don't speed that up. Give me 10 outs. And if that takes 30 home runs or 40 home runs to get, even better. That means we're seeing guys hit 400-foot lasers. Yeah.
So I didn't like it. I didn't like that. I don't like the time thing. Brent Rooker was robbed. How in the world you get 18 decimal places on a ball that you can't even see hit the ground is stupid. Like they measured these balls to the molecular level. Like,
that's it.
So
I mean,
dumb.
It was like tied to the 30 places, and Brett Rook finally there was a less number, and they're like, oh, Brett Rooker got.
Yeah, it was like like you said, it was like a never-ending number of pi, and whatever it was, it's like, oh well, we really just wanted Cal Riley, who's the major league home run leader in there. Like
we wanted him to advance, not Brett Rooker, who plays on a bad athletics team.
You cannot convince me that they even have 1 foot of accuracy. Like, oh, it was 427 and it could have been 429. Like, you can't prove to me that it was actually 427, and you're going to give me 18 decimal places.
And shout out Jared, they're giving us that, but we still use chains and down for down and distance in football. Like, come on,
so stupid. All right, back to real versus counterfeit. Last night was the All-Star game. After 9, it ended in a tie. National League got out to a 6-run lead. American League tied it up 6-6 on an infield single by Stephen Kwan in the 9th inning. And instead of going to extras, and we've seen controversy in extra innings before in baseball, ending in a tie, stuff like that, ending in a tie when the World Series home field advantage was on the line, ended in a tie.
Exactly.
They went to a swing off, which you remember the day before. Instead of going to a swing off with a tie, we calculated to the nanometer here. Yeah. They do a swing off for the game where they got 3 American leaguers, 3 National Leaguers, and they got 3 outs apiece. And that was cinema. That was absolute cinema.
Real or counterfeit?
Real or counterfeit, it is awesome. Okay.
Real, that's the best way to finish this. Absolutely. So here's the thing, Drew. Like you said, like baseball, like we've had, 6-hour, 17-inning games. They don't want that on a Tuesday night for an all-star game.
Accurate.
This is an absolute brilliant idea. I'll give credit where credit's due. Like, this is great. It's Kenny's right. It's just like the penalty shots in hockey. And this is like, it's a brilliant way to bring in like young fans, attention span issues, whatever. You got 3 outs. Go hit bombs. Like, that'd be like the NBA, like we were talking about in the green room. It'd be like the NBA ending it like, oh, we're at a tie. All right, cool. You give me your best player. Give me your best player. First to 11 wins. Like, this is an incredible way to end a fun all-star weekend type experience. 10 out of 10. Schwarbaum, former Cub, got up there and won it for the NL. Just an absolutely electric finish. I was watching at the gym this morning on ESPN, and just like, it's such a cool way to finish it.
Yeah. Schwarber was the perfect guy too. Because Schwarber's just built for that kind of moment.
Absolutely.
You know, I love
Absolutely.
Kyle Schwarber. Real or counterfeit, they should implement this in regular season games.
Real. Hang on. I'm gonna err on the side of counterfeit, because if you do it for 162 games across 30 teams, like, it loses some of the luster. Maybe you save it for All-Star weekend. Crap, put it in the playoffs. Like, I don't care. But like, I don't know that you need to do it every single night, but I do like the concept of using it periodically, because if you do it every single night, it's just, again, it's going to lose some of its luster, in my opinion.
You know, so like soccer purists hate penalty kicks because it's not the game, you know? And so like never is a penalty kick a part of a soccer match, an integral part that you scheme around. And if you make that the deciding factor in extra inning baseball games, which you play 162 of them, you will have guys on your roster that are just for this purpose, you know?
Yeah, that's it.
I will say this. I like the home run swing off better than I like putting a runner on second base.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot better than that. I'll give you that a lot better than that. Kenny, some of the Canning, like in the comments, are asking Cannon and comments, and Kenny get you Cannon there, but Kenny in the comments said, "What about the NBA Elam ending, where they cut off the clock and basketball shut off in the fourth quarter? A target score is set, just like what they did in some of the All-Star lead-up games. Like, is that something that could end and how you can finish a game?"
Yes. I think they should do Elam ending for overtime anyways.
I agree.
If a game is tied and goes into overtime, the first team to score 15 points wins. Win by 2. Concrete rules.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. The Elam ending is amazing.
I agree.
I love a target score, and I like it when you're starting from 0 too, more than I like. So, like, I believe the Elam ending, the quote-unquote trademark Elam ending, is a target score after going into the fourth quarter, basically. So you basically take overtime out. I'm saying use it as overtime, starting from 0, first to 15, win by 2.
Agreed. Yeah, I agree. I think that's how, because, like, yes, you're right. Games cut off in the fourth quarter at a predetermined time or a specific point in the game. And so I think, like you said, there it is. So you get to the end, it's tied 115, heading to overtime. You scrap the score, it's 0-0. Like Edward says here, it's going to bring on some great defense. It's going to bring out some dudes that are going to hustle. They're going to try, and it's going to make it, to me, a bit more electric as a fan watching, because when those teams get down, it's like 12-11 or 13-12. It's butt clenching time, and you're going to get good basketball, and it's going to be electric to watch.
And it provides for a clutch basket to end every game, every overtime game. Yeah, so agreed. I think they should do it in the in-season tournament. Just change the rules. In-season tournament has an Elam ending or a target score. Either way. So I like that. All right, my last real counterfeit. This has always bugged me, and now I have a platform to talk about it. Players in the Major League Baseball game should wear their American League or National League All-Star jerseys and not their team jerseys.
Counterfeit. They should wear their team jerseys. I miss the days when they would wear their team jerseys. Hang on, let me make my point, then you can make yours.
I'm just saying you're wrong. You can continue.
I miss the – wait, say again?
I said you're wrong, but continue.
No, absolutely not. I miss the days back in the 90s, early 2000s when they would wear their own team uniforms out there. It's a cool aesthetic. It looks great. I like it when they wear their own individual ones. The all-star ones are cheesy. They're weird. I've never loved them. I guess maybe if you let them wear the all-star jersey and wear their team hat, that's fine. But I like to wear the jersey of the team you represent.
I like the all-star jerseys. I like the American League and National League jerseys, especially the ones this year were really cool. I liked the cursive lowercase AL and NL. I liked those this year. And listen, Major League Baseball's got a lot of issues. This is not one of the bigger ones, even close. I was actually watching this with my son, the home run derby, and he kept on like, "When's Aaron Judge coming up?" And I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "Okay, when's Ellie De La Cruz?" Because he just watches YouTube clips and whatnot.
Sure.
And not one time did one of them jump into the batter's box for the home run derby, and he just lost interest. And yet all of them were just there. And then when you got to the big home run swing off or whatever for the All-Star game, you still didn't get Aaron Judge or Shohei Ohtani or Ellie De La Cruz.
Well, Ninja DJ will tell you, like Aaron Judge is one of the least clutch baseball players in the world. And same with Giancarlo Stanton. You put those guys up in high leverage situations, they don't get a hit. Now, if it's nothing in the fifth, or if it's 11-2 in the fifth, they're going to hit you a bomb. But in clutch situations, you don't want Aaron Judge up there.
Yeah. Edward asks, in regards to the Elam ending, wouldn't that just eliminate or negate the Clutch Player of the Year award? Who cares?
Who cares? Who cares?
That's
about
a
Clutch
stupid
Player
award.
of the Year. It was an award created to give Jalen Brunson an award. That's all it was. I don't care about the Clutch.
Nobody keeps up with it. How do you even calculate that?
That's it. Again, they just made it so that Jalen Brunson could get a trophy. That's truly what it was. There's nothing to it. I do so Jared brought this up. So you wear the team jersey of your choice. So you can wear the Cardinals powder blue, the Orioles orange. You can
but you kind of have to do a gray versus white though, don't you?
You can do pants, gray pants and white pants.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it, but if you want to do it that way, you can. But I like this. This is wear your city edition. Wear whatever you choose. Bring back the old vest with the undershirt. I don't care. Back in the day when Griffey did the home run derby and just the vest showing the guns off. Do that. That's fine.
Yeah, it was weird seeing Griffey on the sideline too,
taking the pictures. I know.
So, all right, that is our real or counterfeit. We went a little long today, but that is the story of the week so far. Is the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, and like usual, when we talk about Major League Baseball, we gripe more than we celebrate. But all in all, I'd give it the All-Star Game was a B+. It was really solid. B+, A-.
It's the
home run derby could do some work, and the parallels between the home run derby and the slam dunk contest cannot be erased. You've got your best players don't participate in either of them. You've got your minor leaguers or your tier 3 players that are participating in both the slam dunk contest and the home run derby. It's got to change.
Yeah, I agreed. You've got to make it an incentive to where you can get, because back in the day you had your best hitters in the home run derby. You just don't see that anymore. So It is still the only professional all-star game. I can't speak to hockey because I don't pay as much attention to it. But in my opinion, of the major ones, it's the only one where the guys actually care and they play hard and they actually try, because it's still you versus the pitcher. So you're still getting shown up. So you want to show up and hit and say, hey, I got to hit off of Skeens or Scooball or these different guys in the all-star game. They actually try. And for that, I do appreciate the players for trying there.
Yes. And Major League Baseball is the best all-star game. And all of them are better than the Pro Bowl. So
all of them are better than the Pro Bowl, especially now the flag football. But before we dive in on some basketball content and some football content coming up, I do want to tell you about Ounce of Hope. If you scan this QR code, it takes you to ounceofhope.com. Once you confirm your age, you can get in there and use this code BluffCity for 15% off your first order. Cannot be combined with other orders. They've got new coffee seltzers. It's CBD, THC, cold brew coffee all together to get your day started on the right foot with an energy and then a mellow feeling to help you get through the day. I am a fan still of the seltzers. The Peach Fuzz, the High Lime are incredible afternoon, weekend drinks that don't give you a hangover, but still gives you that little bit of buzz, that relaxing that you need after a long day or a long week. Check them out on ounceofhope.com. Don't forget, August 16th at 1 p.m., Choking and Token at Mid-South Krav Maga. It's a jiu-jitsu tournament where you can come hang out. There's gift bags for the competitors. There's prize packages for the winners, several different divisions. Scan the QR code, Ounce of Hope. It'll take you there. Check out this commercial for all the information you need. We'll see you on the other side for basketball talk.
Choking and Token, the Mid-South's first cannabis-themed jiu-jitsu tournament.
August 16th at Midtown Krav Maga and Jiu-Jitsu.
At 1 p.m. 21 plus to compete or consume.
Consumption not required.
Ounce of Hope is licensed by the state of Tennessee. This is all 100% legal hemp products. Everything's good to go.
We'll have gi divisions.
No gi divisions.
Madison bracket, guaranteeing 4 matches per division, plus an absolute winner.
Each fighter receives an Ounce of Hope gift bag, and there's prizes for every winner.
Check out the link below to sign up.
Well, maybe the biggest news of the day is that another conspiracy that I had been sitting on, that I had engaged a couple people in, is the where is Cedric Cowell? Why is he not around? Like, why what are they hiding?
Yeah.
Like, if you're in the summer league, if you're out there in Vegas, the amenities that are available to you aren't available like they would be if you stayed your ass at home.
But Anthony, he's hurt, man. Like,
breaking news, he's hurt. Yes,
Wait,
he is.
Anthony,
he's
Zach Kleiman once again. He got fooled, Anthony.
They
He
got
drafted a broke dude.
He did. The guy, he's hurt. Like, he's rehabbing right now. He's getting his shit together. So, but it was insanely fun at Kenneth Summerfield, and the reason why is because his troll level is elite. Of course, he had the Michael Jordan T-shirt on in the interview with Mike Wallace. That dude is funny, bro. Like, I think if he's anywhere close to being good, I think he's going to be a beloved player.
Check out the Anthony Sane Show live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. only on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours.
From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo.
Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story.
Welcome back. I once heard a wise man once say that Taekwondo is a method of folding clothes with people still in them.
Jiu-jitsu, not Taekwondo, wasn't it?
What's the difference, Rusty? If you can tell me what the difference is, then I'll correct myself.
So I went and watched, Kenny and I went and made that commercial, and watching them, there's a massive difference because them guys rolling around trying to choke each other out, and you can actually strike in Taekwondo. But y'all come out August 16th, check it out. Drew, we do need to start our NBA talk with the highlight of the week, and it is one Johnny Furphy stealing a soul right here on your screen. Just an absolute diabolical photo. Like, how do you recover from this? I'm sorry it's a bit grainy. This just came up during the commercial. I was able to download it really quick. But, like, how do you recover from being nationally shamed like our boy Noah here?
Well, it's probably works in your favor that you play for the Chicago Bulls where no games will be nationally televised. You just fly under the radar, let the storm pass by, and hopefully you get somebody as at least close to as good as you were just gotten. And I mean, you just got to hope people forget.
Just an absolute monster dunk by Johnny Furphy. As Wayno would say, and Aussie there, super excited about that. Like, what an absolute killer dunk, Drew. But the Memphis Grizzlies did lose last night in the Summer League. Edward said they're printing a new breed of white boys. It's just wild, man. Like Johnny Furphy out there just snatching souls, man. Just an incredible dunk. But the Grizz did lose last night to the Golden State Warriors. Nothing of note to me from this game, really. Like, it's Summer League. I'm not worried about Jalen Wells and his inefficiencies offensively. He's coming back from a wrist injury that's going to take some time to recover from because of the defensive prowess that he has. We'll get to that more here in a minute. But Cam Spencer had 23 points last night as your leading scorer. What I am looking at is what the young players are doing, what we're getting out of some of these guys or some of these fringe players fighting for that final two-way contract spot. And to me, I think Jemai Mashak is that dude. The way he has played, his defensive effort. He had 8 points in his first 8 minutes last night, finished with 15 and 23, and just an agent of chaos. And in a loss, a 12-point loss, finishing like plus 17 due to his defensive effort with 4 assists and 4 steals. Just an incredible defensive effort as Mashak continues to win me over as the player I'm going to fall irrationally in love with in Summer League.
Yeah, and he's making his 3-point shots. Low volume and still very good percentage of them. So, yeah, his comments that he made in his introductory press conference of his shooting prowess being slept on turns out not to just be irrational overconfidence in your own game. Like, he's backing it up. He shot 2 of 3 last night, like you said, 15 points, but he was the Grizzlies were 17 points to the good when he was on the court. I don't make anything of the Jalen Wells thing. I don't really care. Like, he's doing everything except making a shot. That happens. That happens in basketball. The same reason why you shouldn't have overreacted after Cooper Flagg's first Summer League game where he went 5 of 21 from the field. Like, everything else looks good. The shot doesn't fall. It's the NBA. They're shooting.
And he's coming back from a wrist injury. He fractured his wrist. It's going to take some time to get some feel back. And I'm going to throw this up real quick since we're talking about
Simpson.
Yeah. I'm going to throw this up while we're talking about it. This is why Jalen Wells' offensive game doesn't matter to me, because of what he does defensively. So this is looking at a chart. This is from bballindex.com. This is on their Instagram page, and it's busy, I know, but like the usage 1, usage 2, usage 3 means the other team's players, like their best players, their biggest scorers, their guys who are their bucket getters. And he is spending most of his time against usage 1 and usage 2 type players with a 99 percentile matchup difficulty, but only in the 58th percentile in minutes in foul trouble. And as a guy who's been a fan of Jaren Jackson Jr. more than most, watching him hack and foul, watching Gigi get in foul trouble in Summer League, it's refreshing that we have a guy that can defend at a high level and not get in foul trouble. So the shot's going to fall, and even if it doesn't, if he's truly like a 3-and-D type guy, that's okay, because we need defenders. I think that starting 3 position might be a bit more open than we think, but I still think Jalen Wells has the inside track to it based on his defensive efforts.
Yeah, I don't think at all that Jalen Wells will not be your opening day starter at the 2 or the 3, probably 3, but I do think he's absolutely going to start.
Yeah, agreed. Listen, DG is right. Appreciate you being here, DG, in the comments. To me, Zion Pulliam has absolutely played himself out of that final 2-way, because if you watch that and then you see how Mashak has played Javon Small in the very limited sample size, feels like he's going to be that guy. And then the need that we have for another post player, I think you're going to have to put a guy in that 2-way role that's a post player, a center, another big that can step in and fill in while Zach Edey's out, while Jaren is potentially out for a little while. BC getting back to basketball speed, coming off that knee injury, we're going to need that other guy. And Zion Pulliam had the opportunity. He was hurt all of last year. He had an opportunity to step in and take over that 2-way spot or earn a way onto the roster, and he hadn't done it. Much like Armando Bacot. And there was a bunch of people, Wayno was in our comments telling us, like, it's going to be Bacot. Trust in Bacot. He's going to figure it out. Only for Bacot to be a dud. Like a guy who can rebound and score at a high level in the G League against other players in the NBA Summer League, he has not looked very good. And so I do agree here, DG. Zion Pulliam has been awful with the basketball, both on and off ball. He has been a turnover machine. He has not looked polished at all, and it has been an absolute tough watch to see him play this summer. Again, Cam Spencer has been a walking bucket for us. He had 23 last night against the Warriors. What I've seen from Cam Spencer tells me that I don't think that Cam Spencer is going to get a ton of minutes early, because if you look at it, like, how many guards do we truly need, right? You've got Ja, you've got Pip, you've got Ty Jerome, you've got now Cam Spencer, you've got Javon Small. Like, we've got a lot of guards that are out there that are going to need to be fed. And so I don't know that Cam Spencer may be getting those minutes early, but I think there's a world where Cam Spencer can be that spark off the bench later in the season as he gets his legs underneath him and the season rolls on. Now, again, if Cam Spencer's getting 20 to 25 minutes in December, January, I don't think that that's a good thing. That's a sign that things have gone terribly, terribly wrong. But if he can come off the bench and give me 12 to 15 minutes where he can go on a heater, much like we've seen last night, he was 3 for 7 from 3, but we've seen him start the game 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 and be that bucket that can get on a run off the bench, then I think that's Cam Spencer's role. And I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think Cam Spencer can come in and be that guy. Maybe, and again, I hate to be that guy and talk about this, but the elephant in the room is that there's going to be time where John Morant misses some time. There's going to be times where he is not on the floor. Having Cam Spencer, as Edward says here, as that third option is not a bad thing, especially when he's got the swagger and the shot that Cam Spencer does.
Yeah, but Cam's going to have to prove a little bit to me before I just entrust him in, like,
that's why I said
lead guard role.
I know you're on the phone, but that's what I was saying. Like, I need to see something, and I think later in the year he'll get some minutes for sure.
So, yeah.
Edward asked about like Burton and Fleming. Like, these guys, like, they don't move the needle for me. Like DG said, they're going to be guys that are summer league dudes. They're going to be G League guys. Like, Fleming's fine. He's played well. I don't see a way for these guys to make the big league roster.
It's a no for me, dog. I can't talk about Flanders Fleming.
I know, Flanders Fleming. What a name, man. Like, the most Harry Potter tail name we've got on our team, not named Cedric Coward.
Fleming.
But Drew, we do have some injury news that we need to talk about. I was in a group chat with some guys that said, hey, would you trade Desmond Bane for Paul George to get him on this team? And my response was absolutely not. And when you dig in the numbers, you saw that Desmond Bane actually has better regular season and playoff stats than Paul George, only for it to come out that not playoff P, but podcast P is having a knee surgery once again. They said no ligamentous, no meniscus damage. It was truly just a cleanup of some of the bone, probably like an Oates procedure where they go in and they clean up. They put some cartilage in there to try and reinforce the end of his femur. I won't get in the weeds about it too much. But Drew, it's yet another knee surgery derailing yet another Paul George summer where he was supposed to be healthy and come back and be an intricate part of this Sixers team next year.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in his game, he is just a shooter, and so if he can get healthy enough to shoot, I think he can still be a contributor to an NBA team. Mm-hmm. The contract is an absolute boat anchor, and so that is the biggest con outside of just like, can he still play? It's like, even if you get what I think you could get some good out of Paul George, if he stays healthy, you're paying him like $40 million a year. So pass.
Yeah, hard pass. Maggie and I were watching some Summer League last night before we dove back into some of our shows, and it was the Sixers were playing the Wizards last night, and they threw up a graphic, and we were just mid-conversation, and it was Joel Embiid has missed 428 games and played 452 games in his career. And she goes, that's not really good.
50% hit rate is not great.
It's not great. It's not when you're talking about play rate, right? And I was like, the craziest thing is there's an MVP season in there, but there's no finals appearances. But like, that's how, like, the dichotomy of the Sixers is wild, man. Because like the theory and the idea of Paul George and the theory and the idea of Joel Embiid and the small sample size we've got, like, I feel like we as fans, and like I get like they've been robbed, but we as fans have been robbed of what could have been two generational type basketball players. Because Joel Embiid could have been like the dude that redefines the center position, and Paul George could have been he's a prototypical small forward in the NBA, and they just can't stay healthy.
Joel Embiid, what we've lost the most out of him being what he's turned out to be is he could have been like new school Charles Barkley when it comes just like the antics and the talking and the shade that he throws and just how he trolls. Like he was such an elite Twitter troll for so long. And now he can't do it because what is he going to do? Yeah. Troll somebody for playing basketball badly when he doesn't even play basketball?
Yeah, I mean, like, what are you going to do? Like, you're on the couch just like I am, man. Edward asks, reinforcement surgery on the knee, what's the timeline? 3 to 5 months. It depends on what they did. I don't know exactly what they did. If it's an Oates procedure where they take some cartilage from the outside of your knee and replace the cartilage on the inside, then you're looking at 5 or 6 months. I had that after one of my ACL surgeries. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. But if it's just a cleanup, it could be more on that 3 to 4 month timeline. I don't know what they did, but you're looking at somewhere 3 to 6 months.
They said reevaluation around training camp time. So, I mean, you're looking at reevaluating, in September. So,
yeah, we're looking, if it's around training camp, end of September, you're looking at almost 3 months. So, you're looking at a 3 to 6 month timeline. And I know that's super broad, but it's going to be somewhere in there depending on the extent of what they did. Drew, a lot of basketball stuff to cover. We'll continue to talk about it throughout the summer, but we are heading in to our bread and butter and our favorite time of the year.
That's right. Segment number 3 on your Wednesday edition of the 2 Buck Sports Show on Bluff City Media's YouTube page. Thank you to everybody tuning in. Thank you especially to the people in the comments like Blackman DJ. Daniel Greer of Grizz 901 fame is in here. Kenny and all the boys. So appreciate all you guys coming up here. But it is SEC Media Days week. It's currently going on as we speak. I don't think Jeff Lebby has shown up yet.
Today. He's today.
Lane Kiffin, the SEC and ESPN know what they're doing because they started this whole thing off with Lane Kiffin and Paul Feinbaum in just 10 minutes of great slapstick comedy, deadpan comedy that's turned into anytime Paul Feinbaum and Lane Kiffin get together. But what's your thoughts so far? What you got? SEC Media Days.
I mean, a couple of the big headlines coming out, Drew. The 2 biggest things that I want to talk about. Yes, Lebby and them are today. We've had Kirby Smart already, Brian Kelly with LSU talking about youth on their teams, and it's something neither of them really had to deal with a whole lot, but they've had a lot of turnover.
Speeding on their team.
Yeah. But the biggest thing that came out, the 2 things that I want to talk about, both of them linked to Georgia, and Kirby Smart had a lot to say about them. The first one is they're changing the rules, Drew, around defensive line, what's called stemming, where you can pre-snap, you can make some quick adjustments on the defensive line. And used to, when you would do that and you drew the offense off sides or into a false start, it was a 5-yard penalty for the defense against the offense and back them up 5 yards. It was
as long as the defender did not get into the neutral zone. Yeah.
Sure. Again, a lateral shift.
You do whatever you want.
A lateral shift, which is what stemming is, not encroachment, but a lateral shift is stemming. Right. And if you would do that, you could draw the offense into a false start, back about 5 yards. It was huge on short down and distances.
Right.
Now, the new way that they're going to do it, according to Wyatt Fulton, says the SEC is adding a delay of game defense penalty. If a defensive line shifts, causing an offensive lineman to jump, it is now a defensive penalty. It is called stemming. The act of stemming is not illegal. Defenses can still do it. But if it results in the offensive line jumping off sides, false starting, then it's a delay of game penalty, 5 yards on the defense. Tell me how this is smart or fair or anything. Like, this is the dumbest thing I've heard in forever in football.
Surely there's something that we're missing here, because what I'm hearing, how I'm interpreting this rule is the huddle breaks. Okay. Defense lines up in their formations. Offense lines up in their formations. And then immediately you've got a middle linebacker and a quarterback, and they are making adjustments. Okay.
Exactly.
The quarterback is like, they're overloaded this way. We're going to go this way. Well, then the middle linebacker can be like, oh, we've got problems this way. Let's shift the line. You're telling me any single time a defensive lineman moves or shifts or fakes to blitz without getting in the neutral zone, an offensive lineman can stand up and get 5 yards. Like, how do you not have just first and goal from the 1 on every single drive?
That's what Jared's saying here. He's exactly right. It's going to be abused by offensive linemen because, like, if I'm a center And I see what they'll do is they'll come up in these tendencies, right? If in certain packages, you know that they're going to run like a power ISO right, or they're going to run a sweep, or they tend to run a bootleg that way. The middle linebacker can make a call and the defensive lineman shift a gap to try and protect and get over there to make a play. But
that's smart.
If I'm a center, that's smart. And if I'm a center and I'm setting the offense, and I'm looking around and they make that shift, then I'm twitching or moving the ball or standing up in a heartbeat to get that 5 yards. This is asinine. Like, how are you going to be able to truly enforce this? I mean, like every single play that's 3rd and 1 or 2nd and 1, I'm absolutely going to draw. When the defense moves, I'm flinching every time.
That is the equivalent of banning a hard count. If you want to flip sides of the ball, a hard count is an art, and you know who the NFL players who have the best hard count. It was Peyton. It was Aaron Rodgers. You knew that they could get you to jump, and you knew that they were trying to get you to jump, and you would still jump. That same thing, the mirror image of that to the defensive side of the ball is bluffing on a blitz. You know, you'll see the linebacker run into the A gap there and then either fall back or try to get a head start or shifting the defensive line at the last minute. And you're telling me we can't gameplay or do anything at all, even if it's just mental tricks. All you got to do is just be like, oh, they moved, I'm going to jump. That is wrong. It's just wrong. And in short yardage on 4th and 1 with inside 2 minutes in the fourth quarter, when we're all talking about, can you get that 1 yard? The defense has to stand still.
Yeah. And like, I have these memories of like core memories, Drew, of like Brian Urlacher and Lance Briggs, because I was a huge Bears fan back when I was younger, like running into the A gap at the center. And you're just like, oh crap, like this is fixing to be ugly. And that's what Jared's talking about here. Like, stemming is still allowed. You can shift, but if you're running towards the line or any kind of flinch, it's still like, I have these core memories of like Zach Thomas and Brian Cox and these linebackers back in the day, like running up to the line and then backing out, or running up and backing out again. And that's like, they can't do that anymore. That's part of the gamesmanship. That's part of the fun. Can you handle the pressure in a high leverage situation? Yeah. Stay in your stance until the ball is snapped. And I don't love it. I don't like what it's going to do unless there is a plan to ban the hard count. As a former defensive specialist myself, like, I hate that they're penalizing the defense here, and there's no, like, you got a quarterback that can still do a hard count and do a hard snap to draw off sides. Like, I don't like that.
To recap, Rusty lied to us all and told us that defensive shifts would be called.
I'm reading the tweet, man.
Okay, so you agree. And then we were corrected. So you can shift. You just can't stem or fake a blitz. And I 100% agree with you. If you can't fake a blitz, then you can't fake a snap count. Like,
that's how it should be. That's how it should be. The other thing that Kirby Smart is talking about and pushing for, and he said it's not unanimous across SEC coaches, but one of the things that he's talking about is a lot of the SEC coaches do favor the 5+11 playoff format. And for what that is, it's the 4 power conferences champions get an automatic bid. The 5th being a group of 5 champion gets the automatic bid. No matter where they're ranked, if you win your conference and you're 12th, then you get an automatic bid.
Not a bid.
Not a bye, but a bid. Then the other 11 places are based on ranking and how you finish and what that kind of boils down to end the season. So he's talking about moving it up to a 16-team playoff where you get your 5 automatic qualifiers, not a bye, but an automatic qualifier. Then from there, it's distributed based on rank and power and strength of schedule. And then the other 11 are from the teams that are at large.
Yeah, so how that would differ. So it was a 12-team playoff, and this was the first year of the 12-team playoff. The first 4 seeds got a bye, and the 4 seeds were the highest ranked conference champions. That's how you got Boise State with a bye, because even though they were the Mountain West champions, they were ranked higher than, was it Clemson? Was it Clemson?
Mm-hmm.
That was the ACC champion?
No.
I believe that's right. Because Clemson did not have a bye.
Yeah.
And so how this would, you're adding 4 teams. There are no byes, but the only automatic qualifiers are the four Power Four conference champions, the highest ranked Group of 5 champions, be it Boise State or Memphis or Tulane, and then the rest of the 11 teams would just be in order. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it did not say you got an automatically qualified if you are a conference champion, but that does not guarantee you a top 5 seed.
Correct.
That is important, and I love that.
Yeah, agreed. Because then you don't get Boise State getting boat raced in the first round or in the second round by Penn State, right? Like you get the better teams get priority, and like miss me Group of 5. Sorry, but like historical data kind of supports that, right? You've had 1 or 2 offs here where you can get a win, but historical data supports that. You put a Boise State against a Penn State, you put Cincinnati in there, Hawaii in there, and you just get absolutely boat raced. And Jared brings up a good point. If you do a 16 team,
I brought up this point.
I'm giving it to Jared.
We got an echo in this room.
The bye is eliminated with the 16 team playoff, which is great. But you get an automatic qualification for your champions. And then I don't again, as a football connoisseur, a football fan, give me more football. 16 teams, that's more playoff football, high leverage football, and I'm friggin' here for it, man.
Well, and there was just no reason not to be at 16 anyways, because why do you want a bye? Like, you're not extending the schedule any. You're just taking 4 teams out of meaningless bowl games and putting them in a playoff. You still have the same allotted amount of time, same amount of weeks, same amount of games. So, I'm a fan of 16 teams. I like 16 because it emulates 1/4 of the college basketball bracket. You've got your 16v1. You've got your 8-9 matchup. You know, I like the just playing it out. I don't care for buys, and because in the 1 year we've had a 12-team playoff, all 4 teams with a bye lost, right?
Yeah, they did. Every one of them
went 0-1.
Yeah, and they were all at home, and we went 0 for 4 with home teams hosting after a bye. So ugly. Drew, one last topic before we get you out of here, get you back to work. One thing we got to talk about with professional football directly relates to the SEC. We're going to talk some Super Bowl logo on Friday. There'll be some more football talk then, so hang with us there. But Shamar Stewart is going to be an interesting case to watch. He was the 17th overall pick by the Cincinnati Bengals and is currently in a contract negotiation issue. They slipped in some language where they basically said he's got a guaranteed contract, but anytime he gets in trouble, he gets arrested, anything at all, anything goes sideways, then his contract is not fully guaranteed. And it's language that was not in any other contracts previously. The Cincinnati Bengals tried to sneak that in at the last minute, and he's balked and said, I'm not going to do that. He has not participated in any camp activities.
I'm not going to promise to be on my best behavior.
That's exactly right. He's there. He's shown up.
I'm a millionaire. I'm going to act like one.
I'm going to act like one. But he's shown up, but he has not participated. He remains the last first-round pick that is unsigned. So he is looking into his options, including reclassifying for next year's draft or even going back to Texas A&M. But what I read today is it doesn't matter what he does. Cincinnati still is going to hold his draft rights. This is going to be an interesting case to watch in what is legal, what is not, contract negotiations, and how he can vouch for himself to get this language removed, Drew. Like, it would be the first ever case. There is a path. Now, it's hard. There's a lot of legal loopholes. The most likely scenario is he just continues to sit out until the contract gets renegotiated. But there is a path where he could go back to Texas A&M, but it's a very hard battle, and I don't think it's something that's going to happen. What are your thoughts on this sitting out based on this contract language?
All right, so just to clarify, he could request a trade. He can sit out the 25 season and not play football, re-enter the 26 draft, and the Bengals can't select him. Or he can go back to Texas A&M and play football, but still have his contract owned by
the Bengals.
His rights owned by Cincinnati. So the only way he can get out of Cincinnati is either traded, but I don't even know if you can you be traded without a contract?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Maybe you could trade the rights to Shamar Moore. This is Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
But you could trade the rights to Shamar Stewart, but the only way he can get away from the Bengals is to sit out and not play football for a year, re-enter the 26th draft, in which I guarantee you, Rusty, nobody's going to take you with the 17th pick if you sit out a football season.
And what's going to happen is the 17th pick comes with a 4-year deal at $18.94 million. And so, like, you're guaranteed, and most of that's guaranteed. It's fully guaranteed at the 17th slot. So you're going to give up money. But Drew, this is what makes it. Yeah, I'm reading it right here.
Okay.
Like, it's fully guaranteed $18.94 million. But you're not only giving up money, but this is what the NIL is creating. He's probably made more money than that in college. He was a highly recruited defensive line prospect. At one point, one of the top defensive line recruits in the nation. You're getting paid in college. I'm not saying anything negative about it, but he's made some money. So he's not like itching to get to the pros where you can make $18 million quick, fully guaranteed. He's probably made a good chunk. So he's going to bet on himself, I guess, and see what the negotiations come out of this, if he can get that clause removed or if he sits out till next year.
I'm going to say cooler heads prevail.
Yeah.
And he signs the deal. That's what happens. We talked about this with Ace Bailey. We've talked about this with everybody. And I asked you to do some homework on this a week or so ago. Pablo Torre finds out. Fascinating stuff. He's so great at this. And what he does, he just deep dives in and reports these in-depth stories in an hour-long thing, and it's amazing. I watched one yesterday where he talked about the Malik Beasley scandal, and it is fascinating. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's an hour and like 10 minutes, and he finds this Twitter troll, unnamed Twitter troll, that said in January that Malik Beasley was tied to this Jonte Porter thing, but we didn't even hear about Malik Beasley until like a week before free agency. So yeah, it's wild. But he also did one about the NFL colluding with the owners, the commissioner's office colluding with the owners of the NFL teams, and also the Players Association was pretty shady about it as well. After Deshaun Watson was given a fully guaranteed 5-year, $225 million contract, something that had never been given in the NFL before as a fully guaranteed contract. And they had actively fought against it in all collective bargaining agreement sessions for all of them. And the owners refused to allow fully guaranteed contract, only for one of the owners of the Cleveland Browns to give a fully guaranteed contract. So then Roger Goodell colluded with the owners to never give a fully guaranteed contract to any quarterbacks. And that's why Lamar Jackson didn't get one, Kyler Murray didn't get one, and Russell Wilson didn't get one, was because of active collusion from the owners and the commissioner's office via a directive, basically. And so Lamar Jackson, was rumored to go to Atlanta and sign a deal and leave Baltimore. It didn't happen because Baltimore and Atlanta and all the owners colluded to and agreed that we're not going to fully guarantee his contract. So he just ends up re-signing for the non-fully guaranteed contract that Baltimore offered him. It was all collusion. And so how that relates to this is you see only 2 second-round picks in this NFL draft have even signed. The draft was in April. Only 2 second-round picks have signed. One of them was a receiver taken by Houston, was given a fully guaranteed contract. These owners may have been started to get a little worried, maybe that they're just not going to get these players. Trey Harris, Ole Miss's best receiver, second-round pick to the Chargers, has not signed. You look at this Shamar Stewart thing, he's threatening to go back to college or just sit out of football. I don't know how this goes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I do think cooler heads will prevail, but it's a Le'Veon Bell situation, right? Remember, Le'Veon Bell sat out an entire year for contract disputes and was never the same. And it's hard. Your body gets used to football, getting beat up, banged up. So it'd be interesting to see what happens to him. Again, he's young and all that, but I do think cooler heads will prevail and he'll sign his contract, and or Cincinnati will take out that language. Although Cincinnati does have a history of kind of screwing over their draft picks, that's for sure.
All right, listen. Here's $18 million slot value. Sign it or don't. It's up to you. But if you go back to Texas A&M for your $5 million or whatever you think Texas A&M is going to pay you, you still have your rights owned by us. Or you can play you can not play. So
Yeah. Give us your thoughts. Let us know in the comments here on the show. After the show's posted, let us know. What are your thoughts? Do you think Shamar Stewart signs? Does he go back to college? Does he sit out a year? Interesting. It's going to set some precedents for contract negotiation going forward that could change the way draft picks are signed going forward. But that's going to do it for our show today. I mean, everybody, comments were popping off today. Ninja DJ, Edward, Jared, DG, thank y'all for hanging out with us today. Great as always. Do not forget, shoot us an email. Hit us up on social. We got a mailbag. If you've got questions, you got topics, you got things you want to pop off or let us know, hit us at the email below. Find us on socials at the number 2 Bucks_BCM. We'd love to answer your questions, talk through it. Uncle Buck is itching to give fatherly advice as a new young dad himself. But until Friday, go be a friend to somebody who needs a friend, and there are no refunds for what you heard today.
that's right. Because with the $2, you always get what you pay for.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of the 2 Buck Sports Show. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page, like this video, and leave a comment. We will see you back here in a few days.